What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy AP the Fragrance King, man. Look, I'm coming at y'all today because I want to talk to you about two of the most underrated fragrances in the history of fragrances. And I said it, and I stand on that. 100% stand on that. And what fragrances am I talking about? I'm talking about Musk Therapy by Initio Parfums, right? And then the brother to it, Lift Me Up by Initio Parfum. Listen, if you've been living on a rock and you haven't heard about these two fragrances, I don't know what to tell you, but what I can tell you is these fragrances should be a part of the Fragrance Hall of Fame. Two generational talent type fragrances. Fragrances that would change a franchise. And in your case, change your whole collection, right? So if you want to hear the full breakdown of these two fragrances, then keep it locked. We about to get into it. And I'm going to let you know why they're a part of the Hall of Fame. And I'm going to let you know why they are generational talents. All right, YouTube, listen. We're talking about generational talents today, man. In my personal opinion, two of the best fragrances that I ever smelled in my life. And I'm thankful that I get the opportunity to be able to break these fragrances down for you today because I don't see a whole lot of content on the internet about these two fragrances. They underrated. Initio Parfums have made some amazing fragrances. And the most prominent fragrance that you hear about from them is Oud for Greatness. Some people like Oud for Greatness. Some people hate Oud for Greatness. But today we're talking about, like I told you, Musk Therapy. And we're going to be talking about the other one, Lift Me Up, which is right here. So you got two banging fragrances that we're going to break down. Musk Therapy and Lift Me Up. Listen, when it comes to fragrances, some fragrance houses, they just got their recipe. You know what I mean? They just got their recipe. Something that they just know that they can go in the kitchen, cook something up and release it and it's going to be fire because they don't change from what they do. They stay in their lane. They don't try to copy nobody else. They do, you know what I mean? They keep it thorough. And there's no difference with Musk Therapy. That's the first fragrance we're going to talk about today, right? We're going to talk about Musk Therapy. Now, how I came across Musk Therapy. One day I was in Dillard's and I was fragrance shopping, but I wasn't trying to spend a whole lot of money. I was just, hanging out in Dillard's and smelling a bunch of different fragrances. And the lady for Initio Parfums said, "Hey, sir, have you tried any of our fragrances?" I'm like, "Yeah, I didn't try Side Effect. I didn't like it. I tried Oud for Greatness. I didn't like it." She said, "Well, have you tried Musk Therapy?" I said, "I've heard a lot about Musk Therapy, but I've never tried it." She said, "Let me spray it on your hand." I said, "Nah, I already got a fragrance on my hand, but you put it on a testing strip. I walk around the store." Man, listen, she put it on a testing strip and I'm like, man, this reminded me of imagination. That's what it reminded me of. And by the time I got home, I had fell in love with the fragrance. I was captivated. I ordered it that night on the Dillard's website and went and picked it up. Now let's get into it. What's in Musk Therapy? What makes this a Hall of Fame fragrance? What makes this a GOAT fragrance? Well, number one, let's start with the note breakdown. So in Musk Therapy, you're going to get some white musk. You're going to get some black currant. You're going to get some bergamot, mandarin orange, magnolia, white sandalwood, and Hedion. Y'all all know how I feel about Hedion if you've been following my channel for a while. Hedion, to me, is somewhat of an aphrodisiac in fragrances. You put Hedion in a fragrance and it just attracts. It's going to attract males. It's going to attract animals. It's going to attract women, whatever, man. It's going to attract, period, right? And Musk Therapy definitely knows how to do that. So how does it smell? This fragrance to me, like I said, it kind of puts you in the mind of imagination, like a lighter version of imagination. But the white florals in here, the musk, the white musk, not just any type of musk, white musk, the white florals, you know what I mean? The fruits, everything is done to perfection. Perfection. You first put this fragrance on, you're going to get a blast of the white florals and the musk. That's what you're going to get, right? And that's pleasant. And then you're thinking, all right, cool, it's going to dry down. It's going to turn into something else. The mid comes and you get the black currant and you get the bergamot. That's pleasant. And you're like, damn, I can live with this scent forever. And then it gets down to the dry down, man. And you got the magnolia and the sandalwood. my God. And the Initio, it blows you away. It's captivating. Here's the thing. Most of the time you get a scent profile like this, you like either the opening, mid, or the dry down, but it's very rare that you find a fragrance that's going to give you all three, right? And Musk Therapy gives you all three scent profiles in the best way that you could possibly do it. Projection on this fragrance, I wouldn't say it's beast mode, but it's there. 1.5 to 2 feet. But that 1.5, 2 feet is there all day. I don't feel like Musk Therapy ever becomes a skin scent in my personal opinion. It just don't. It don't become a skin scent. So that 1 to 2 feet projection that you get when you first put the fragrance on is going to be there. You walk past somebody, the scent trail is going to follow. If you're walking towards somebody, they're going to be able to pick you up maybe, a little bit out further than a feet or a foot, right? It's just a beautiful scent profile. Longevity, it's going to last you all day. It's going to last on your skin all day. Hopefully, you're taking a shower. But if you are out somewhere and you're out 13, 14 hours, Musk Therapy is still going to be there. Now, the only way you're going to get it off, you get tired of it, you're going to have to wash it off. And then even after you wash it off, you're still going to be able to smell it. This is an extrait de parfum. This is an extrait de parfum. So, and I don't know what's the difference between this extrait de parfum and other extrait de parfums, because some extrait de parfums you get and they don't last. This freaking lasts. This lasts, right? You put it on, it's going to be on. Listen, man, if you're looking for something to, like, just say if you had $500 and you say, I want one fragrance that I can wear at any occasion that's going to absolutely turn heads, that's going to get compliments, that's going to do all of this stuff, then Musk Therapy will be one that I would recommend you go and pick up. If this is your last $500 and you got to get something that's going to turn heads, I'm saying going with Musk Therapy. You're going to get compliments. It's going to be a pleasant smell. It's not going to be a scent profile that you ever going to get tired of. And to me, it's mass appealing and versatile. Mass appealing and versatile. Imagine Imagination, which is a super versatile fragrance that has musk and white florals in it, but it's toned down and it's like cooked to perfection. It's tender. The meat is falling off the bone with this, right? And I'm not saying that this is better than Imagination or Imagination is better than this, but guess what? They are equal. You know how you got two heavyweights on each side, but they respect each other, so they refuse to fight? That's Musk Therapy. And whatever other fragrance that you want to put up against it. It don't have to take a backseat to anybody. So if you're looking for something to spend your last $500 on, or if you want to go to a discounter, you might be able to find on a discounter for about $380. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it. This is not a cookie cutter type of fragrance. Initio Parfums did an amazing job with this fragrance, man. An amazing job. Most of their fragrances in the white bottle that look like this smell amazing. They smell amazing. It's something about those dark cognac colored, wine colored bottles that they have. Some of them are hit and miss, but these have been a gem. So go out and get it, man. Initio Parfums, Musk Therapy. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful scent. You won't be disappointed. Retail though, if you're gonna pay retail on this, you're gonna be paying about $430. Just so you know. I know that's expensive, but like I said, if you had your last $500, go out and get Musk Therapy if you was looking to spend that last $500 on a fragrance that you could just wear anywhere. Musk Therapy is that fragrance that you can go and get. And if you don't have the $500, go to dealers or anywhere that sells Initio Parfums and ask them, can you get a sample of this stuff, man, and just wear it around. Wear the heck out of that sample, right? Wear the heck out of that sample. Musk Therapy by Initio Parfums. Get your nose on it, fellas. Get your nose on it. All right. The next fragrance that we're going to be talking about is another one by the house of Initio Parfum. And this one is called Lift Me Up. Now, the bottles do look kind of similar, right? But I can assure you it's not the same. One of them has a more of a copper diamond, right? And the other one has more of a gold diamond, right? And the boxes look like this, and it has the name of whatever fragrance it is on the box. And this is for Lift Me Up. Listen, much like the fragrance that we just talked about with Musk Therapy, same thing happened to me with Lift Me Up. Now, full transparency, I had got my nose on Lift Me Up before it even came out. Right? They was doing, Initio was doing an event, and they was trying to sign me up for the event, and they wanted me to come out to the event. So I gave them all my information, and for me giving them my information, they asked me, it was like, hey, do you want a sample of any of the fragrances that we have? I said, well, I mean, you know, you've been hyping up this Lift Me Up. Can you put that on a testing strip for me, or whatever the case may be? So they put it on a testing strip, and they gave me like a little 0.5 ml vial, I think. And I took it home, but something was wrong with the sprayer, the atomizer, so I really couldn't get anything out of it. So I wasn't a big fan of the fragrance when I smelled it out of that. The testing strip, I don't know what happened to the testing strip. I left that somewhere, but I still kind of had remnants of it on my fingers. So, I mean, it smelled all right, but it just wasn't enough to make me pull the trigger. So about 3.5 weeks passed by since the event, and I go back into the store, and the lady this time sprays it on my skin. She sprays it right here on my forearm, right? And I said, all right, cool, I like it. You know, I said, you know, it's kind of got like this familiar DNA to it. Let me walk around the store. Same thing happened, man. By the time I got home, I was like, oh my God, I got to get that. And that's exactly what I did. I ordered it that same night. So the same thing that happened to me with Musk Therapy was the exact same thing that happened to me with Lift Me Up. Beautiful scent. Now, with Lift Me Up, you're going to get something a little bit different than you got with Musk Therapy, right? Because now with Musk Therapy, you're going to get some Yangling, which is, to me, it's like a banana plant. It's going to kind of give you that banana type of smell to it, not like you're thinking. So if you're somebody that's turned off by banana, you won't be turned off by the Yangling that's in here, right? You're going to get bergamot, and you found bergamot in Musk Therapy. You're going to get magnolia flower. Magnolia flower, you found that in Musk Therapy. You're going to get tonka beans, vanilla, and musk. Beautiful. Listen, man, to me, right? If you take Musk Therapy and you add a little bit, you add Yangling, tonka bean, vanilla, then that's what you get when you get Lift Me Up. That's what you get when you smell Lift Me Up. Lift Me Up is beautiful. This is another fragrance that don't have to take a backseat to nobody. Should this be an all-time great? I'm going to go ahead and call it and say yes. Musk Therapy should be an all-time great. And Lift Me Up should be an all-time great. When you are drafting a player to start your team around, you want to draft players. If you can get your hands on a generational talent, and you want to get your hands on a generational talent to start your team, then Musk Therapy and Lift Me Up will be those generational talents. I will put these fragrances up against any fragrance that's ever been made. And I would dare somebody to tell me that they don't like the way Lift Me Up smells or the way Musk Therapy smells. Let's talk about the performance of Lift Me Up. Lift Me Up, much like Musk Therapy, gives you that projection of 1 to 1.5 feet. The Yangling kind of gives a little bit more projection than the white floors do in Musk Therapy, but it smells amazing. The scent duration, the longevity of this is going to last you all day, 10, 12 hours. Same thing with Musk Therapy. Beautiful, beautiful scent. It's going to be mass appealing. It's going to garner you compliments. It's going to be one of those scents that if you had your last $500 and you needed a scent to start your collection with and just build from that, then I would say this is going to be a mass appealing scent. You can wear it in the daytime. You can wear it in the evening time on a date. You can just wear this scent anywhere. Same things that you can do with Musk Therapy. Now, here's the thing. Out of the two, out of Musk Therapy and Lift Me Up, if I had to absolutely wear one on a date, which one would I wear? I would wear Lift Me Up. I think Lift Me Up is a little bit more, darker, if that makes sense. It's more suited for evening wear if you're gonna wear it something for the evening. So if I had to choose between the two and say, hey, I'm going on a date tonight and I only got these two fragrances to choose from, I'm gonna go with Lift Me Up. But if I'm gonna be out and about on the day party, beach, just doing whatever throughout the day, man, then Musk Therapy will be that. And then I'll settle things down at night with this. All right, Lift Me Up. So listen, man, all-time greats. I stand on that, 10 toes down. All-time great fragrance. If anybody else tell you different, that they don't like Lift Me Up and they don't like Musk Therapy, then I think they would just be going along with what they've heard somebody else say. They obviously hadn't had their nose on this. And I'm not saying that every scent is for everybody, but it's kind of hard not to like these two scents, man. That's all my time for the day. Lift Me Up and Musk Therapy. Hall of Fame fragrances already. These are two generational talent fragrances. If you haven't got your nose on them, go get them. Price point $430. I have not seen Lift Me Up on discounted sites. I have seen Musk Therapy on discounted sites. So if you're waiting for Lift Me Up if you're looking for Lift Me Up, you're not going to find it on a discounted site. You might end up having to pay retail for it. If I find out what it is, I'll pin a comment so y'all can go pick this up. Once again, get your nose on it, man. That's all my time for today. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you like this content, make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified anytime I upload a video, man. You'll be one of the first to be notified. I appreciate y'all. It's your boy AP the Fragrance King, and I'm out.